Welcome to Golden Rule Wisdom. Today we explore the story of Benjamin, a man who discovered the profound power of solitude. Benjamin lived on the edge of a vibrant village, yet he always felt like a stranger looking in from the outside. While others gathered in the town square to laugh and gossip, Benjamin preferred the silent company of the ancient oak trees. The villagers thrived on constant noise and chatter, filling every silence with words that often held very little meaning or truth. For a long time, Benjamin believed that something was broken inside him because he could not find joy in their noise. He often asked himself why he felt so exhausted after just a few minutes of social interaction with the village people. The neighbors labeled him as eccentric and distant, simply because he did not participate in their daily rituals of idle gossip. The pressure to fit in weighed heavily on his shoulders, making him question his own worth and his natural need for quiet. He would look in the mirror and wonder if he was flawed, unable to perform the simple social dance that others mastered. Driven by the fear of being an outcast, Benjamin decided to force himself to participate in their gatherings and social circles. He stepped into the crowded tavern, hoping to find connection, but instead he found himself surrounded by a wall of superficial noise. The conversations were rapid and shallow, jumping from one topic to another without ever touching upon anything real or truly meaningful. He observed how quickly their friendly smiles turned into sneers of judgment the moment a person left the room or turned away. This environment drained his energy faster than a day of hard labor in the fields, leaving him feeling empty and depleted. Stepping out into the cool night air, he realized that the problem was not his inability to speak, but their inability to connect. He walked home alone under the moonlight, understanding that his soul craved depth, while the village was content with swimming in shallows. The next day, as he sat by the river, he pondered why his mind worked so differently from everyone else around him. It was then that a wise traveler passed by, noticing the heavy cloud of contemplation that hung over the solitary man. The traveler sat beside him, offering a comfortable silence that felt vastly different from the awkward pauses in the village conversations. Benjamin found himself sharing his turmoil, confessing how he felt broken for not enjoying the company of the loud crowds. The old man listened without interruption, his presence like a calm anchor in the stormy sea of Benjamin's troubled thoughts. He pointed to a lone oak tree and said, that tree stands alone not because it is weak, but because it needs space." He explained that deep minds are like deep roots. They require vast silence and space to grow and sustain their strength. For the first time, Benjamin realized that his exhaustion was not a defect, but a sign of his intense internal processing. The traveler told him, "You are not antisocial, you are simply pro-depth. Do not force yourself into places where you do not fit." With those words, the heavy chains of social expectation shattered, leaving Benjamin with a newfound sense of freedom and self-acceptance. He stopped trying to mold himself into a shape that did not fit and began to nurture the garden of his own life. He poured his energy into his passions, finding immense joy in the silent growth of nature and the wisdom of books. Books became his faithful companions, offering conversations far richer and more profound than any he had found in the village square. And in the solitude of the forest, he never felt lonely. He felt connected to the rhythm of the earth and the universe. The villagers still whispered, but their words no longer held power over him. He had built a fortress of inner peace. He learned that being alone does not mean being lonely. It means having the opportunity to be fully present with oneself. One quiet afternoon, a carpenter named Elias stopped by the gate, admiring the intricate trellis Benjamin had built for his roses. Elias was a man of few words, known for his craftsmanship and his ability to listen more than he spoke. He didn't fill the air with empty chatter. Instead, he appreciated the work in silence, nodding with a genuine respect for the craft. Benjamin invited him in, and they sat for a long time, sipping tea and sharing only necessary and meaningful words. They discovered a shared language in their silence, in a comfortable bond that did not require performance or pretense to sustain itself. For the first time, Benjamin felt the warmth of a true friendship, one based on resonance of soul rather than proximity. He realized that one true friend who understands your silence is worth more than 100 acquaintances who only hear your words. They walked through the changing seasons, their friendship growing stronger, like the roots of the ancient oak tree they both admired. Benjamin understood now that having no friends in a crowd is not a failure, but a protective measure for a sensitive soul. Quality always supersedes quantity. A life filled with meaningful moments is far richer than a life cluttered with empty interactions. He no longer sought validation from the outside world, for he had found a wellspring of validation within his own spirit. His capacity for empathy deepened in solitude, allowing him to care for the world in ways that the noisy crowd could not. Elias gifted him a chair he had carved, a symbol of their bond sturdy, silent, and built with great care and attention. They did not need to fill the space with noise to know they were there for each other. Presence was enough. Over time, even the villagers began to respect the quiet dignity that surrounded Benjamin, realizing there was strength in his silence. He was no longer the lonely man on the hill. He was the guardian of his own peace, standing tall and proud. His journey taught him that solitude is a filter, keeping out the superficial to make room for the truly magnificent. If you ever feel like you don't fit in, remember that it might be because you were meant to stand out. Do not lower your frequency to match the noise. Stay true to your rhythm, and the right people will find you. True friendship is rare, and like all rare things, it requires patience, discernment, and the courage to wait for it. Embrace your solitude. Use it to build your character, to sharpen your mind, and to discover who you truly are inside. I'd let your life be like a garden cultivated with care, protected from weeds, and open only to those who know how to tread softly. You are not alone in your feeling of disconnection. There are many deep souls out there waiting for a connection like yours. Trust that your tribe exists. They are the ones who value silence, who speak with purpose, and who love with depth. Protect your energy. It is a precious resource that should not be squandered on those who do not understand its value. Start your day with gratitude for your own company. Be your own best friend first, and the world will adjust to you. Life is too short for shallow conversations and fake smiles. Choose depth, choose truth, and choose the path less traveled. In the grand scheme of things, it is better to walk alone in the right direction than to follow the herd off a cliff. Your peace is powerful. It ripples out and touches the world in ways you may not see, but are definitely felt. Cultivate that peace daily. Let it be your shield against the chaos and your compass in the confusing storms of life. Like a flame that burns steady in the dark, let your inner light guide you through the moments of doubt and loneliness. Open your heart to the possibilities that solitude brings. It is not an end, but a beautiful and necessary beginning. Stay grounded, stay real, and never apologize for requiring a deeper connection than what the surface world can offer you. Happiness is not a performance for others to applaud. It is a quiet hum that vibrates within your own chest. Bloom where you are planted, even if you are planted alone. Your beauty does not need an audience to be valid. We are all pieces of a larger puzzle. Do not try to force your piece into a space where it does not belong. Look up at the stars. They are separated by vast distances, yet together they form the most beautiful galaxy in the universe. And time is the currency of life. Spend it with those who enrich you and save it from those who only deplete you. As we close the chapter on Benjamin's story, take a moment to reflect on your own journey and your own connections. Value the Elias in your life, and if you haven't found him yet, be the Elias for someone else who needs it. You are enough. Your depth is a gift. Your silence is a strength. Never let the noise of the world convince you otherwise. Walk your path with courage and grace. The right companions will join you when the time is right. Trust the process. Thank you for watching Golden Rule Wisdom. May you always find strength in your solitude and truth in your connections. Goodbye.